caught the ladies' night giveaway I did.
Yeah, I caught bits and pieces of it. It was a lot of fun for a little while.
It was funny.
It was.
But I'll tell you what's really cool is the girl that won.
Mm-hmm.
She's 12 years old.
That's awesome.
And she loves a duck hunt, and she's been asking her dad for a duck call lanyard. She's got a duck call, but doesn't have a lanyard.
Mm-hmm.
And she lives about an hour from here, so I'm going to actually take it to her. They're on vacation. They just went on vacation, so when they get back.
That's awesome.
Hey, Jay.
How's it going?
What's up, man?
Good, man.
Good. If you hear some dogs barking, we're coming from the new kennels out here, so we got a few dogs that hopefully they ain't going to bark much.
Yeah. How's dog training going?
Pretty good.
Good.
Awesome.
It's that time of year, getting everything tuned up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just actually started a new deal training for, it's a company called Bark and the Birch.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now I got two huskies in that I'm just doing basic obedience with. So
that ain't too bad.
No. And then our lab Mojo, which Jake, my boy, he's gone to camp right now, but he's been working her, and she's starting to do her overs and backs and all casting. She's doing pretty good. I think she's gonna have a great season. The only problem is Jake said he's taking her this year, so we split up. I'm dogless, so if anybody's got about an 8-month-old dog that they need hunted this year, I'll take it.
There you go. Nothing makes
this will be my
like getting birds in front of them.
This will be my second year without a dog.
That ain't no fun.
No.
Which the thing is, he hunts with me most of the time, but we got a couple of spots where we really need to split up. And he said if we split up, Mojo's with him. So I'll be waiting or calling him to come back over on my side, I guess.
Now, since we're talking about dogs, what starting with you, Bicknell Bunch, what breed of dog would be best for overall waterfowl, ducks and geese?
Well, I'm a lab man. There's no question.
I am too.
All the way. Now, I hear Chessies, and this might make some people mad. I hear that they'll rip your arm off and then retrieve it to hand. So, but
I've only been around one Chessie, and that thing was hard-headed as can be.
I've heard they got a little bit. Some of them are a little aggressive, but they're all. But I'm a lab man. Always been.
Yep.
Always.
And when it color.
Go ahead. All right.
Do what?
Yeah, I'm a lab guy too. That's all I've ever owned were labs. However, with that said, I am looking at 2 other dogs right now. Once Gracie, I mean, she's getting old, and to the point she's having a hard time even getting up, standing up. So you know what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got a black lab who is smart as a whip, but she's worthless. I mean, she really is smart, one of the smartest dogs I ever had, but no one trained her. So can y'all excuse me? I got to run to the front door real quick. I'll be right back.
Chris, you looking at getting a dog?
So I'm looking into it, just going off of I got 2 right now. So I got like a pit bull mixed with a lab, and he's more of a pit. And then I got a walker dog. So kind of like coon hunting, like a tall beagle. But they're on like their back end. So once I'm pretty much done here in Tennessee, they'll probably be passed away. And that's what I'm looking at going towards is getting a waterfowl dog.
Yeah. They're a lot of work, but they're a lot of fun.
Yeah. That's what I figured. It's probably about 90% work and 10% fun.
Once you get the basics in, the rest of it is pretty good.
You get that basic obedience, and then I force fetch mine.
I do too.
And once you get the force fetch, and my boy, he actually been training Mojo, like I've been walking him through it. And I said, I'm gonna tell you, once you get force fetch down, it's all fun from there. I think. I mean, you know, you start and they learning all the different, you know, building on force fetch and the basic commands. It's just from that point on, I think it's fun. I mean, I love to train.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing it. To see the natural ability come out of a dog is just, it's fun.
Yeah.
It was like this year. We were duck hunting, and my brother-in-law, he always messes with us. He'll be like doing the wings, with the wings, and we're all looking. So he's doing that, and I look over at Mojo, and she's like, "Where they at?" I can hear them flying. She's looking up at the sky. It's just amazing how they pick up on that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's, you take them out the first couple times, and you can see it in their eyes when everything comes together and it just clicks.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's when that click happens, man, that's like the best feeling in the world. You're like,
oh yeah,
they got it.
Yep.
Now, Jay, if I get one while I'm here in Tennessee, do you actually like run a company? Like how? I know that you do dog training. Is this something that you have like a business in?
Well, like I'm actually employed by, it's called Bark and the Birch, and I train, like they get the dogs trained, but on the side, we'll take a couple of dogs. Like last year, I had a pointer in that I worked, and what else do we have, Josh? Trying to think. Oh, I had a setter that I did, and I think maybe I'm getting a class from Missouri work. But you know, I kind of do that. I used to train for the public a lot. I did a lot of bird dogs and retrievers, and then like couldn't figure out what was causing kids, and ended up with 6, and just didn't have the time. Now they're older and they can help me train, so it makes it a lot easier now.
Yeah.
It helps when you got little training buddies, don't it?
Yeah. So I got one of them with me here now. I got Josh with me. He's the kennel.
I see him popping in it every now and then.
Yeah. He's our kennel manager. He's the one when they've had like I get aggravated and have to put them up and walk away. He's the one over there consoling them and telling them how good they are.
Sorry I had to leave, but the pizza man just showed up. He was supposed to be in here an hour ago.
That's the way it usually works.
Yeah, and y'all got to forgive me tonight. I'm about to starve. I'm going to eat. Sorry.
It's all good. Roll with it.
As we were talking about dogs, if you don't mind, I've always owned labs. That's all I've ever trained. That's all I've ever had. But I am looking at 2 different breeds. Once my yellow is gone, and that is either a Boykin Spaniel or a standard hunting French Poodle.
I had a Boykin back. It's been several years ago. I had a Boykin. He's a pretty good little dog. You know, I didn't have him long. I just kind of was traded around and got him. And but now I have seen some Boykins at some hunt tests that they're not a big fan of cold water. Sometimes I have seen that, but you know, there's probably a lab.
I'm in South Carolina.
There ain't no cold water down there.
I ain't got no cold water. The coldest water we get comes out of the refrigerator. You know?
But no, Chris, there's lots of options for dogs out there.
Yeah.
A lab will do pretty much everything you want to do. But there's poodles.
I don't know if I can swing a poodle now.
I'm not sure if I can face all my buddies when I show up at the duck blind with a poodle.
This is one my buddy up there in Maryland. This is what he's got.
A Drathar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're good dogs.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I've watched some of his videos, and man, that dog, he's doing a phenomenal job with it. It looks like.
Mm-hmm.
There's a breeder about 10 miles south of here that raises Drathars. Those are cool dogs.
Yeah, they're pretty.
And I've had let's see, German or pointers, setters, German short hairs, Brittany's, Oh, what else? Several labs over the years. Now, when it comes to bird dogs, I'm a pointer man.
I'm a pointer guy. Yep.
I'm telling you, to me, they might not. They're not like a lot of them. Don't get attached to the owner. They're attached to whoever's taking them bird hunting that day.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I love to watch them, son. They're
That
just
12 o'clock tail.
Yep, and they are just. It's like I'm put on this earth to go find birds, and that's what I'm gonna do.
And do it at 100 mile an hour.
Oh yeah.
When we bird hunted a lot, now for those of you who don't know, here in South Carolina, we call quail birds. What we call them? You get a covey of birds. Birds are quail. I know y'all have a hard time with me and summer ducks, so But when we bird hunted, we had a pointer and a setter. And we used the pointer was a long range dog, and the setter was a close up. We did a lot of close work. But and they all when they locked up and honored each other. I mean, I just want to take a chair and sit down and take a picture because I mean they're just both of them. I've seen them nose to nose or one back behind, just locked up, honoring.
And there ain't nothing prettier.
It is beautiful.
See, if we had quail, I'd still have 2 or 3 pointers. But man, back when I was, gosh, that's been a long time ago. I was in middle school, high school. I could find 3 or 4 coveys of birds in a day. I bet I could go 3 or 4 weeks and be lucky to find a covey now. It's just tough.
That's the same way up here. I used to chase them all over conservation ground, all our conservation areas we got up here. And I could run 6 to 8 coveys a day.
Yeah.
But now there's nothing.
So that's like, the bush hog and fence row to fence row farming. I mean, I understand, they got to make every dime you can when you're farming, but it's the quail has been, when they ain't got no cover. And then too, like the island effect, like my dad's place, it hasn't changed. There used to be 3 or 4 coveys on it, and it's actually got better habitat. But if you took a drone up and looked all the way around, it looks like a golf course all around, so there's nothing can come in, nothing can go out unless they pack their lunch and can sneak and hide from the hawks and all that stuff that's getting them. So.
Yeah, I haven't done much with other bird stuff except for waterfowl. That's about it. So
yeah, we still chase a lot of pheasants up here.
Yeah, I'd like to try to mount one of them.
Yep. Come up before January 15th. I'll get you on cover.
You said before January 15th?
15th. Yep.
Because I'm on leave from about mid-December all the way until like the second week of January.
Hey, there you go.
Hey,
now, Neil, are you in Missouri?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Northeast Missouri.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys get a lot of snows?
Yeah, we depends on the year. East of here, we're 45 minutes from the Mississippi River. They fly the river, and then 45 minutes west of us is Habitat Flats and Swan Lake and all that. So where I'm at's kind of in the middle. We'll get into a couple of good shoots a season, but you gotta go east or west. Swan Lake will have just over 1 million birds in peak migration.
See, it's pretty rare for us to see snows like where I'm at in Kentucky, but now we're seeing more and more. Like every year, you can see you'll see a few more, and then actually the boys killed one this year, and it was a surprise. We seen a couple of Canada geese, and they were going to put the sneak on them, and then we popped up. There was some snows, and I'm like, shoot the snows, because
shoot the white birds. That's right.
We just don't. So.
Yeah.
Don't see them much. So.
But yeah, if you go, 3 hours west of here, you get over where the Missouri River comes down the edge of Missouri. That's the flight path up to Mound City and Squaw Creek, and they'll top out at 3.5 million snows. Up through Kansas City, on up through St. Joe, up into Squaw Creek. It's loaded over there.
That's crazy.
That's the main corridor over that way.
I think you got a fan there, Chris.
Yeah, old Justin.
Oh, Justin, think you're in the big league now.
Yeah.
You hanging with us three? I don't know about the big league.
I'm in little
It's
leagues.
more like I got friends in low places.
Oh my.
Yeah, we've got a good spot for snows. It's all about 30 miles from the river, up on top of a hill. We'll set out 2,500 to 3,000 decoys, and you can see for about 6 miles
My goodness.
towards the river. And on a good migration day, we'll hammer them over there. But if it's not a good migration day, you're not going to see anything.
Now, how's that work? Do they come in like just like sets of like 1,000? And then like you shoot it a bunch, they fly off, and the other ones like are still coming in?
Some days you'll have, sometimes it'll just be a line, a 5 mile long line, just a constant group after group after group.
Oh my
It's just on a good migration day, it's like that.
Yeah.
And some days you'll work a group of 15 or 20, and they'll fall out of those big groups like that and come in.
Yeah.
On a good migration day, it's like nonstop some days.
So how many shells are you typically shooting on a good migration day?
10
Game
to,
warden around.
Or should we look at it like a box?
we usually take 3 or 4 boxes with us.
Gotcha.
And no matter what YouTube videos show you or Facebook shows you, it's not always a 100 bird day.
Mm-hmm.
Anything, we consider anything in double digits a good day.
Mm.
You'll kill 15, 20. I think we hit 92 a couple years ago. Those big triple digit days are few and far between.
Yeah.
The only time that I've seen triple digit days, and I've gone to Arkansas and Louisiana to shoot snows, and the only time we hit in the triple digits, number one, it was a great migration day, but the guides, these guys, I mean, they're scouting every day, and they know exactly where those birds are going to be. And they had a big feed. I've had 10,000 snow geese on top of me. I actually fired 3 volleys. I actually loaded up 3 times.
But
I unloaded 3 times.
Once those big groups start spinning, it is an amazing sight.
Yeah.
They're as high, jet airplane high, and they're just spinning down.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
White tornado.
Yep.
I tell you what, like when we were in Arkansas, we were duck hunting, and you see those, the snows would be coming at you like, you're like, oh, we're gonna get some shots. And we were hunting with some guys. They're like, no, we got spinners out. Just wait a minute. And it was like they would get like, you think, man, they're coming, and then they would, go into outer space there or veer off one way or the other.
The snows they're hard to kill. They're hard to get to decoy because most of the big groups are, especially with the hatches we've had the last several years, you're fighting old birds.
I heard like the average age is like is what, 8 years old or something like that.
Yeah.
8 to 10 year olds. Yep.
They've seen everything under the sun, so they're
Then
smart.
things get hunted from the middle of August through May every year.
And we still ain't killed enough of them to keep the population down. And they're eating themselves out of house and home.
And what are we, 15 years into the conservation order?
Yeah.
And
Is it 15 or 20?
it may be 20. Well,
I can't remember.
I can't either, but yeah, I bet it's closer to 20. But yeah, and we're not hurting them. The population is still absolutely insane.
Yeah. Do you think being able to cut down on numbers while you're hunting them, like it seems like the spreads, just what I've seen, watching YouTube and stuff, the spreads from 50, 60 years ago to like now have gotten to the point where you have to set out like 60 dozen decoys to be able to pull them down. Do you think it's gotten out to a point where like your average Joe, a baller on a budget like myself, like I can't do that. I can't afford it.
No, I've got buddies that do. So, but they're being shot into so many times that they're not wanting to get all the way into those decoy spreads.
Right.
And yes, safety is in numbers, but they're getting used to seeing those 1,500, 2,000 decoy spreads. So it may start coming around that a 20 dozen spread may start, or a 40 dozen spread may start helping out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, we run like a 15 to 1,800 decoy spread. Then we got that big one over there on the hill that's 2,500 or so.
Yeah.
So on the decoys, I don't have any snow geese because obviously don't see them, but I had like I don't know, several dozen duck decoys and Canada goose decoys, and then the guy with the big gray beard there, he come down to visit during turkey season, and I don't know, I got I probably got 1,800 decoys now because he had a truckload that I got off of it.
I brought him over 8 dozen decoys.
That's
Get rid of them.
And my wife hasn't seen them yet, so that's a good thing. So.
That's why you're out in the shed.
Well, we got the shed, so they're getting ready to get moved here, and I'm gonna put like a loft in it and stuff, and that way she'll never know. So.
But I don't have snow goose decoys. I think I've got 2 or 3 dozen that we're going to start running on the outside of our Canada spreads this year for specs. But I got buddies that run that love chasing snows.
Mm-hmm.
So I just jump in with them whenever I get a chance. Because they've got thousands of decoys, they've got all the e-collars.
Yeah.
So.
But you think my chances of like buying like 2 or 3 dozen and being able to pull a decent group down, like I don't think that would be enough decoys.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No. Now, I was going to say, if you had 2 or 3 dozen, and you got a friend of yours that's got 2 or 3 dozen, and another friend can get 2 or 3 dozen, and y'all start pooling together. I mean that's. But doing it single. I mean, number one, if you wanted a snow goose by yourself to set out a decent spread, you're going to have to leave right now, to go put your spread out, because by the time the snow goose season gets in, you'll have it put out. Am I lying? I mean,
oh no.
All right, I'm saying a little bit of a fib, but
Yeah.
It would take you too long to by yourself.
It takes 5 or 6 guys. It takes 8 hours to do it, and that's running nonstop. Just put them on the ground.
Now, like Justin brings up a point here, and this is more. I think that falls more with the Canada goose than it does snows. Is that correct? Or do snows work the same way?
That's the way we run our Canada spreads.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, I will say this: if you're seeing small groups of snows, 15, 20, and you have some, and I know you got Canadas, so I just enlarge your spread by doing that and just putting a few dozen snows with a few dozen Canadas out. And if you're seeing smaller groups, but if you're seeing these large migrating groups, I don't care what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're adding like 5 to 10 dozen snow goose decoys just on like the downwind side of the Canada spreads, or back behind the panel blinds, just to try to draw them specs in a little closer.
Yeah.
My thoughts on the geese is I like shooting geese, but I'd rather take a chance at maybe shooting one duck, versus going and limited out on geese. I'll go after the ducks every time, man. There's something about them. They just
Yeah.
just can't get enough of ducks.
Garrett loves chasing ducks. I'd rather chase geese.
Geese are fun.
A duck is this big. Goose this big.
Well, that's why I'm Daddy Duck and my son is Swamp Goose.
There you go.
I'd rather chase ducks. He likes chasing geese.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn in between the two. I love goose hunting because I know when they're coming. But you know, the duck, especially when I came out here and I experienced the duck hunting out here, is just phenomenal. So I'm kind of gotten hooked.
But yeah, we'll duck hunt every day until goose season comes in, and if we can find a good goose feed, we'll jump on them. If not, we're chasing ducks. But once duck season closes, we're chasing geese every day.
Yeah.
We just don't have them. We just don't have enough of them here
Anymore, we don't have the ducks to chase that much.
We don't really have the. I mean, it's it gets to be kind of aggravating because of all the private ponds, all the corn ponds that are around the lake. You know, I mean, those birds. You know, duck needs three things: it needs food, water, and rest, and they're providing all of it. And you know, but you can't really tell a public duck hunter that he can't hunt 6 or 7 days because it's public.
Yeah.
You know, but
we get most of our ducks in middle of January.
yeah.
When we're setting the goose spread, we're getting a big push of big fat mallards every year.
You know, like Western Kentucky used to be the goose capital of the world, and I mean,
Yep.
everybody goose hunted down there. And then I got into waterfowl hunting and went down there, and it was already pretty much dead then. But I guess the geese are staying in Missouri and not making it, because I mean they used to. It was like, you know, senators and everybody hunted down there.
Southern Illinois and Western Kentucky. That's what it was at.
And now all the guides that used to do the goose, they all shifted to ducks because they just don't have the geese anymore.
You've got all those, like Minnesota. They've got all those power plant lakes. Then geese don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
The middle of January, there was still over 100,000 geese in South Dakota on one lake.
That's something else.
Now, and then you got Crab Orchard, not too far from there.
Yep, Crab Orchard. Yep.
You got Crab Orchard, you got Swan Lake, and then you got what's his face? Your buddy. I can't think of his name now.
My buddy?
I say that, but he's just north of you.
Just north of me.
I think he's
Vanderbilt's
west of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Northwest. It's all the same.
Yeah. Yeah, he's 45. He's 45 minutes west of me,
Oh man.
and they hold a ton of birds over there.
Habitat Flats. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember that crap.
Yeah. Yeah, they hold it.
And you got to put Habitat Flats into that refuge because he is a refuge that shoots it on occasion.
Yeah, they have a ton of refuges over on all of his ground.
Yeah.
They've got 5 or 6 holes they hunt, and they've got several hundred acres of flooded corn that they don't do nothing. They never touch. Then he's got the Grand, which is just across the river from Grand Pass. It's a big refuge you can hunt down there. He's got 6 miles of river frontage down there that he's levied up and flooded.
Yeah, I just drove by another pond this morning. I'm sorry, yesterday. A new pond is they just finished building, and they were out planting it yesterday. And it's a good 10, 15 acres. And I'm like throwing my hands up. I mean, you know,
That's
Planting corn or
I couldn't tell what they were planting. I mean, they had a. I saw the tractor. I know they weren't disking, but you had to see it through the trees, so I really couldn't tell what was behind it. Whether he had a. I know it wasn't a spreader, and I know it wasn't a disc, so it had to be a driller.
a drill. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Justin's got something working back behind his house. We were talking about cornfields,
Yep.
literally right out of his back door.
That's all right. That'd be good.
Hey, you know those like the ponds that they put corn in and they flood the corn and stuff. That's one of the things. You know, I farm, but that's not a normal agriculture practice. And,
No, it's not.
No.
it's just like the dove fields. I mean, you know, I used to work and you know, put out the dove field, and then I go in and I cut it, and this is for the state. You know, you would cut it, and then you would rake it like 1,000 times, just to make sure that there was no seed left on it, and then it'd get rolled or whatever. But you know, a lot of the stuff that even it's normal agriculture practice. That's the way I've read it in the books, and there's a lot of stuff that how does that fall? You know,
Yeah. All of our sunflower fields up here that the conservation runs, a week before the season starts, they run a brush hog through it.
Yep.
And brush hog lanes through it for people to stand in.
Yeah.
That's the way. I mean, that's the way it is here. And I mean, I go to a dove shoot, a private one. I go invited every year, and that's what they they mow their strips through. And to me, what would be the difference in me disking up a little ground and throwing a couple 100 pounds of sunflowers on the ground? There's but and I'm cool with the doves like that. I go over there and we shoot a bunch of doves, but when you read that normal agriculture practice, there's nothing normal about planting 50 acres of corn and cutting you a hole in the middle and then flooding it.
Yeah, but if you're walking your blind and you knock over a corn stalk, they can consider that baiting.
Well,
Really?
The time that I was in Western Kentucky, okay, and we're hunting on like it was
I'll be right back.
it was Ballard WMA, and we got drawn for it, and we got drawn for a blind. And so there's cornfields all around us, and there's corn laying on the ground, and then a bunch of federal game wardens roll up, which we check in. We're hunting on WMA, and they're like, if y'all don't pick that corn up, we could fine you for baiting. And I'm like, are you serious? They got pretty rough with us, and we didn't even put it there. I mean, they take us to a blind and it dark, and they were like, and I'm like, that just don't make no sense to me. So
Yeah, if you pick it up, they could say that you're in possession of it and that your intent to bait.
That's a gray area that they can play however they want to, and it's no fun.
Yeah.
yeah,
I got
That's like last year I went down to Justin's house and was hunting that field, that field that's behind his house that I just showed you a picture of. And he kind of lucked out because when they went through and they cut it, whoever decided to harvest the corn, I mean, they did a crappy job. They threw corn all over the entire place. And so like you could walk through the field and like about every 5 steps you'd be stepping on a full on, dry corn sitting all over the place. It's like yellow, lit up throughout the field.
those are the good fields to hunt.
Yeah, those are the very good fields. I just caught the last. Oh, listen, I had a farmer. We used to hunt he had 2 fields. He had a cornfield, and he would grow. Hello. Sound like somebody had a little gas there. But he'd cut his corn, and of course he always on his hopper, he just kind of opened it up just a little bit. So it'd be corn all over, but on the field beside it was a brown top millet. and he would go in and just bush hog the brown top millet down, and then lightning would strike and burn the field. And you talk about a dove field.
Oh yeah.
He'd go in there and say, "My crop's bad. I gotta bush hog it." So he'll go out there and bush hog it. The next morning he'll go out there and call the insurance man and said, "Lightning done struck my wheat, my brown top millet field." It'll be all burned up. Of course, they never jumped the fire breaks. You know, it was pretty cool.
And you can't beat the doves off of it.
And then you get a phone call. Lightning struck. We're on the way.
Yeah. Yep.
My brother bought a silage chopper off of, I can't remember where it come from, but he went through like another guy to get it. But they used that, and they would run it through their dove fields and just chop it up, sunflowers, corn, whatever, and that's just blow it right out the back on the ground as they went, and that's what they used it for. So.
Opening day of goose season last year, I hunted a pond that I've hunted 5 or 6 years in a row. Never had a problem with it. The guy told me, "Don't worry about the cattle. Just get rid of those geese on that pond." So we hunted opening day last year. We killed, I think, 5 or 6. And the guy's son showed up and ran us off of it. Said we didn't need to be shooting around those year-old heifers. I apologize. I said, "No problem." He said, "If you want to hunt," he said, "I got a silage field about a mile west of here. It's got a couple hundred geese in it if you want to go hunt that." And that's what they did. They just chopped the land and left most of it out there. Put several places through the field. They just leave a row of corn, 20 yards long. And that early season video I got, we just stuck the panel blinds right up next to that, on the back side of that row of corn, set the decoys out in front. Them geese had no idea.
Tearing them up.
Oh yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
The silage is a magnet.
Yeah, like my dad leases part of the farm to a guy, and he does silage. And last year, the geese were just rolling in because they knocked down a lot. You know, getting in there, you blow a lot out on the ground too. And it was pretty fun. I mean, I was actually the geese were still dumb that early season, which was pretty cool.
Early season geese are fun.
Because we were picking up the decoys because I was actually up working on a tractor, and I knew the geese were coming in. So the boys and another guy were down there, and they shot a few. And so I go and to pick up the decoys, and I mean, I'm parked in the middle of them, throwing them in the truck, and here comes 2. And they're like, "We don't care you're there. We're putting in."
Yeah.
Jake shoots one and drops it, and then I watch that other one. It comes and it makes a big turn. It's like, "I'm coming back." And Josh here, he shot the other one. So
yeah, last year Garrett and I limited out in a half an hour probably. We drive my Blazer out there. We got decoys piled up everywhere. We're walking around picking stuff up, and we had a 5-pack come in, and he was taking pictures of them. They weren't 10 feet above his head when they came in. He just popped pictures as fast as he could go. They weren't worried about anything.
but you get to December, that all changes.
Oh yes, that's a whole different animal. Come December, January.
Yeah, what part of Kentucky are you in?
Do you know where Richmond's at? Actually Lexington. I'm like about 45 minutes east of Lexington. So
Is that like still like middle Kentucky?
yeah, we're like almost eastern Kentucky, almost central Kentucky, I guess. They say
They're between Mount Suribachi and the Himalayas.
we're the foothills, I guess, was it foothills kiss the Appalachians or something. The bluegrass kisses the Appalachians. That's where we're at. So we're kind of.
I heard you turkey hunt on nothing but mountains down there.
2 things I found out about his part of Kentucky. Number 1, the grass is green. I never saw any bluegrass. That's number 1. And number 2, if you go to the bathroom in a house, when you pee, you're leaning forward because you're on a freaking hill.
Yep.
Have you ever gotten a chance to hunt land between the lakes?
I've been down there. I actually I did some work. I actually got a wildlife biology degree. I mean, not really using it much, but I worked with a grad student, and we spent a lot of time down there at LBL. And then like that, when I was in school, we go down there and do the elk drive. So they could count the elk. But I've never hunted there, but I've been there several times.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was just reading up on the rules today, trying to figure it out. So I may give it a shot this season.
I do know this: the deer ticks are ridiculous. And that's been several years, but I can remember you just see this mass of brown running up your pant leg, and you're like, what
Oh man, come on now! I'm having flashbacks.
So,
I got sick Sunday because of that crap.
Mm.
I woke up Sunday. I was hurting. My whole body was hurting.
I tell you what, that Lyme disease, as you found out, man, it's no joke. It
is no joke, guys.
Did you get it from a normal tick, or was it a deer tick, or?
Yeah, say the deer tick's the carrier of it. So.
Yeah,
it was a tick. That's all I can tell you.
Ticks are all bad. I don't care.
I mean, it wiped me out for a couple 3 months. I mean, I was.
You got it too.
And I knew that I had a tick get me on the arm during turkey season, and it just never healed. It didn't do the bullseye, and that's not always a sign, the bullseye. But
I got one right back here on my back that hadn't healed. It hadn't healed.
Y'all just keep those down there by y'all. I don't need none of them up here.
No, he wants me to come duck hunting with him in September. I'm taking a bath and deep. I'm hauling a 50-gallon drum of it. I'm just going to dip down in it and come back out and hunt.
One of the bad side effects is you can become allergic to red meat, and I just don't know that I would want to live anymore if I become allergic to it.
I'd have to get sick. I just eat it and get sick or whatever it does to you. And
there's a guy I know, and he actually is allergic to it, and he said for a little while it didn't bother him too bad, but he was the last time he ate red meat, it was like mixed in something, and he said when he ate it, he was like, uh-oh, and his throat swelled together, and he had to get the whatever that the shot, the
epi.
Yeah,
epi shot.
And he says he can't do it anymore. It like really, and he said he quit deer hunting. He's like, I can't even eat deer. So
if you take that away, there ain't just much worth living for anymore.
That's man. I mean, like, what do you do? I mean,
no.
I am way far from being a vegan or a vegetarian.
Yeah.
I think death would be better than eating cardboard, tasting stuff all the time.
Ain't that the truth?
Guys, I'm gonna go get a refill. I'll be right back.
Sounds good.
All right. That's the cool thing about when I'm on everybody else's channel. I can get up and walk away, go get my refill of my drink. When I got to go to the bathroom, I don't have to sit there. All right, we're going to have to close this down a little bit early because I got to go.
Put a pinch of chew in, crack a beer.
I'm not gonna do that. I won't drink on anybody.
I ain't got nothing to hide.
Sweet tea.
Mountain Dew.
So I'm decided I gotta lose some weight and all that stuff. So I've cut out the Diet Mountain Dew. Oh man, that's tough. And like I was like a 3 or 4 Monster a day. My wife she's about to kill me. So I cut all them out. So I'm on like 3 weeks, pretty much straight water. It's going really good. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, I see Justin popped a question in here, but but real quick, and this is for Jay. Did you get that package yet?
Not as of today, no.
Okay, that's number one. And Jay, I want to thank you because what we were talking about, that job offer,
Uh-huh.
I got it.
Awesome, brother. That's awesome.
I got it. I got the paperwork right here. I got to fill out, and so I'll actually start week of July 26th.
So I'll be seeing you in September.
You will see me in September. Yeah. I had that laid in the contract that I told him. I said, listen, I said I got a vacation in September. I've already paid for. No refunds. They said, okay, and you'll get paid for it.
I'll try to have all the ticks tied up by then.
Oh, I'm still dipping myself in deep.
Yeah.
For ducks or geese, Justin?
We can go for both.
I shoot 2 3/4 number 4 boss for everything.
2 3/4 4.
Whether it's teal or late season geese, I'm shooting for all.
The way it is right now, I'm going to shoot whatever I can find because it got pretty hard to find anything around here.
Yep. None of our local stores have any.
Like I went and it was right around to the local gun store, and he said, "Man, I can order you whatever you want. We got all this." And I'm like, "Okay." He said, "I got to go on vacation, come back in like 2 weeks." I come back and he got on there and he's like, "Oh my gosh, I can only get 2 boxes of this and 3 boxes." And that was 2 weeks after that. So after Thanksgiving.
Rogers still has, you can pretty much order anything from Rogers. Whether it's quail and pheasant loads, target loads, or your duck loads. They have pretty much everything in stock. I checked their website the other day.
Yeah, 'cause I was looking on Rogers, I want to say last week, and it didn't look like they had anything in stock. So I don't know.
Really?
I went by.
Maybe they're growing on area. They love you, Missourians, better.
Yeah, they're 2 hours from me.
I went by the Sportsman's Warehouse. If y'all familiar with that, and all they had was 12 in steel. They had a pretty good amount of it, but they had a whole section but it was nothing but 12 gauge, just 12 gauge, and no 20s, no 16s, no nothing. And I got these a while back, so for my 16 gauge. So
our local gun shop got in probably 50,000 rounds at 9mm and 223 yesterday. And all the only shotgun shells they have is 28 gauge.
Hey, I priced some 5.56 the other day at the Sportsman's.
Mm-hmm. Bad.
Oh my God! They wanted $250 for a box of shells.
How many?
A box of 50.
Jeez.
I looked down and I said, "You got to be kidding me." That was I asked the guy, I said, "Is this price right?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Y'all ain't selling no ammo."
No.
Yeah, they'll buy it if they want it. That's how he did it.
No,
said,
jeez.
I ain't.
No. Nope.
Well, the way my boys shoot, we're looking for a shell sponsor because Dad's getting tired of sponsoring their shooting. It's getting pretty expensive, and we're not seeing limits fall down either.
Believe me, I got a 17-year-old. That's why there's 3 cases back there. Because I'm still his sponsor.
That's almost
Jay, do
$1,000 worth
do what my dad did. If the limit is 6, give him 8 shells. And that's it.
He's got to be able to bring something home.
If the limit is 6, give him 8 shells. That's it.
Their theory is that if you ain't shooting, you can't kill nothing. So it don't matter.
Right. Oh.
Yeah. Neil, so I'm on Rogers Sporting Goods right now,
Uh-huh.
and they don't have Kent. They don't have Winchester secret.
Holy smokes.
Some of their black cloud is out. Their federal blue box is out of stock. Yeah, and that's what I've always wondered. So with some of these big companies like that, I wonder if they can on their websites gauge it for a certain area. They'll be like, all right, well, we'll supply this certain area, so it bounces off IP addresses or something like that. I'm not sure if I got a tech guy that's that smart, but it wouldn't surprise me because I can't find crap around here. I picked up some shells when I was back in Virginia, 2 weeks ago, and out here, no, nothing.
Hey, I'll be back in a few minutes. This phone's about to die, so I'm gonna have to go jump on the computer. So,
Okay.
Be back here in just a few minutes.
All right.
All right.
He's got to walk uphill both ways. I know. I've been there.
May take him a minute.
Oh, they were running up and down them hills like it was nothing. I'm over there dying.
Mm.
They got
They got some hills out here in Tennessee. I mean, it's I wouldn't say it's probably worse than Kentucky, but it's probably about the same. So if you go a little bit south of my house, about 20 minutes or so, you get down into Cheatham County, which is just a little bit north of Nashville. Oh my God, those hills out there, they put me through it.
Yeah.
I hope that's my wife's TV. I hear a baby crying.
That's not good.
And we're too old for that.
The 30th and 31st of this month is Rogers Waterfowl weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm wondering if they didn't pull all the shotgun shells off the website.
It wouldn't surprise me.
To make sure they have a stock for that weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're doing duck one day and goose the other or something like that. So
this year, I have no idea.
Yeah.
It's always been duck one weekend, goose another the next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
They have duck calling contest and then goose calling contest.
Yep.
This year is just 2 days and they're having concerts instead of calling contests.
Did y'all see? I posted it on my Facebook page? Lifetime Decoys just came out with the green wing teal.
I saw some of those.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You got green wings around you?
Oh yeah. I mean, we get everything just about. Mm-hmm. It's just not in the numbers that that y'all are seeing.
Yeah.
So there's and I've always been one that I like to put multi-species decoys out. So if I got mallards, I'm gonna have mallards, blacks, pintails, widgeon, and I may only have 2 or 3 of each, but I have multi-species out there. I don't know why, because
it looks pretty.
Because they look pretty, yeah. I think we give ducks too much credit. But
we run mallards, pintails, and canvasbacks. Run mallards just because everybody runs mallards. Mm-hmm. But then Drake pintails and Drake canvasbacks, all the white that's on those decoys, they can be seen long.
Yeah,
they can be seen a long ways away.
Oh yeah.
We don't shoot any cans, but we still run their decoys.
Oh, when I hit open water, I mean, I'm putting out 24 divers, easy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's a given. And then push the puddle ducks up close to me.
Mm-hmm. Long lines or
right now, long lines. If I get paid from YouTube this month, I'm getting I want to get a decoy mat.
Yes.
I want to get that decoy mat.
Yeah, that for a big water spread, those mats are nice.
Yeah. You can put 36 decoys and make a raft.
Mm-hmm.
And, and I'm thinking about them for saltwater, for the saltwater when I go down there to go shoot teal. Mm-hmm. Is putting all my decoys on those mats for teal. Yep. And I just got one thing to pick up, throw it out, throw an anchor out,
Yes.
it'll go with the tide, you
Yep.
know, and use it for that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
How often have you hunted the coast in a season?
Last year I did not hunt at all, or the year before, but we go quite often. We used to go quite often.
Yeah. Do you get decent bird numbers down in South Carolina on the coast?
You can on there, on good flight days, but you're like everything else. You're butting up next to private property, and you're butting up the rice fields and all this kind of stuff. And it gets kind of aggravating because you'll be butted up to a private. You can't put your boat on the dike. You got to be, a certain ways out. And if you shoot one that goes over you and goes into the private field, you got, you have the, of course, everybody knows about the wanton waste law.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta retrieve the duck, but once you step foot on that property, you're trespassing.
Yep.
And so it's kind of
one of our public areas that we hunt. One side of the gravel road is refuge.
Mm-hmm.
The other side of the gravel road is a public marsh. And every now and then we'll sail a duck into refuge. And I just call our game warden and say, hey, what can we do? He says, hey, put your guns on the bank, walk over there and go get that duck.
Yeah.
He said, I'd rather have y'all walking through the refuge, picking up a duck than that duck going to waste.
Yeah.
right.
As long as you don't bring your gun with you.
Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of these private places, I mean, they understand it, but still a lot of people abuse it. I mean, if I got to, when I had my dog, I'd send my dog after it.
Yep.
I'd put the gun down, put it in the boat, get up, send the dog after it, and then hope for the best. But, I can't tell you how many times that the private property game warden came by.
Yeah.
And and it's just an argument after that.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. The Karens nowadays.
That's
Yep.
right. Yep.
Karens and Keiths.
Yeah.
And Geese, yeah. So I have a question for y'all. Water swat,
Oh,
good?
Arkansas.
or bad?
We call it Arkansas.
I've been listening to some podcasts lately. They've been talking about it.
no. If I lose subscribers to this, I really don't care. Because I'll tell you right now, if I'm good enough to make that bird land in my spread, he's good enough to die anytime.
Exactly.
I won't even whistle. I won't holler at him.
Nope.
Nope.
Because at the moment you mess with them and try to make them take off to shoot, you got, for one, a chance of missing. Second, a chance of crippling them. And third, you could, hit them and actually get them. But no.
I heard
He's dead right.
R&T.
We'll smack one on the water faster.
Yep.
I mean, if they're dumb, I mean, and I'm not saying they're dumb birds, but if I can get them, if they decoy and hit the water, and are swimming. Now I try to let them. I am kind of ethical about it because I don't shoot them while they're moving. I shoot them when they, as soon as they hit, they kind of like do that number right there. That's when I get them. I want to be ethical about it. If they start swimming, then you got that lead, and it's just.
But yeah, if they like what you're saying, they like your decoy setup, take the best shot you got.
Yep.
Yeah. Shoot them like a turkey on the water.
Especially if they swim into my decoys and they get
You're done.
It's like deer hunt. Ain't no different.
Nope.
Yep. I'm after meat. I mean, yeah, it'd be hard on a YouTube video because, and I would probably label it water swatting summer ducks, and throw it out there just to get all the people to come in and yell at me, and I'm going to be over here laughing because my numbers are going up.
Yeah.
But I'll take one. I'll take one in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
I did that diver shoot early last year, and that's what I said at the beginning of the video. I said, Garrett and I haven't squeezed a trigger in almost 10 days. If you don't like water swatting, turn it off now.
Yeah,
And we water swatted the fire out of a whole bunch of divers.
Oh, I would love to get that on video.
Yeah.
Oh,
They lit out in the middle. They lit out about 50 yards out, and they swam right into us.
Mm.
And it was a slaughter.
just shooting amongst them. One of them's got to get some relief.
Buffleheads, bluebills, and hooded mergansers all together.
Oh yeah. I have, and all right, with that question as you said, and he's not in here. I wish he was, but another YouTuber did a video where they actually snuck up on some ducks.
Mm-hmm.
They saw some ducks in basically a ditch slough.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a ditch slough,
Mm-hmm.
and they parked and they actually snuck up on them, did an ambush, and shot him that way. What do you think?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, you probably do.
Is it Thomas?
No. Who?
Thomas.
No.
I've done it.
I watch
I've
a
done
lot of YouTube. I can't think of any other videos like that right now.
He got so ridiculed over that video.
Oh, yeah.
It was not even funny.
Yep.
And here's the thing. There's so many ways to waterfowl hunt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have guys. All right, Chris, for example, he's a kayak hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Neil, you're a walk-in hunter.
Yep.
And I'm a boat hunter.
Yep.
All right, there's three ways right there. You have jump shooters.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know a lot of guys that get in their kayaks or get into a what we call sneak boats.
Yep.
And ease around the creeks and jump shoot ducks.
Yep.
Walk in the creeks, jump shooting ducks.
Mm-hmm.
Up in Nova Scotia, they have the Nova Scotia tolling dogs.
Yep.
They run up and down the bank to draw the birds in, and they whack them on the water.
Yep.
I still don't understand how that works, but I know it does.
It works.
Yeah.
It's like, how many times have you had your dog in the water retrieving and a duck laying on his head?
That's true.
I've
That's
had that
true.
happen so many times. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
You know, yelling at people, don't shoot, you can kill my dog, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
They'll lay right next to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's curiosity. That's
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. We give ducks way too much credit, I think, a lot of
Oh
times.
yeah.
But there's just so many ways to shoot ducks. I mean, you can skull. You can have a sculling boat and skull into them. You know, layout hunters, both land and water.
That's what they used to do back in the 1800s and early 1900s.
Sink boats, sink boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's so many ways to shoot waterfowl. You know, why are you yelling at a guy because they're not?
Yeah.
You know.
You know,
Doing that
as long as it's legal and you enjoy doing it, go for it.
Yeah.
The day that they say that it's not legal, then I'll stop doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know,
And like a lot of, and I'm not knocking anybody down, but there's you know as well as I do, there's a lot of channels of guys, they go after the green, they go after those mallards.
Mm-hmm.
They don't shoot nothing on their channel. They don't shoot nothing but mallards. But they're all kind of hunters out there. They're summer duck hunters. The guys just like to shoot summer ducks. Divers, they just go. Alex, I think Alex probably likes to shoot divers much more than he likes to shoot anything else.
he shoots a lot of divers down there.
He shoots a lot of divers, and there's a skill set to diver hunting. These guys that shoot nothing but mallards. I mean, they have great channels. I'm not knocking anybody down, not bad mouthing nobody.
Yeah.
But people got to understand that there's more than just a mallard. You know,
I'm a duck hunter.
I like to shoot ducks. Period.
Yep. Mostly all of them are pretty.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, even your spoonies. You know, people are all like, you know, oh, well, he's completely bloomed out. You know, I'm going to get him mounted, that sort of thing. It's like, I think all of them are pretty, no matter what kind of duck it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they all eat.
They all eat.
All of them.
Yep.
Well,
but yeah,
a ruddy duck. I don't know if you. I can't eat a ruddy duck.
I've never ate a ruddy duck.
I tried. You put a knife to his skin and you'll dull your knife out.
Really?
They are really used to taxidermy. I know that.
Yes, that's true.
You can't bust through that skin real easy.
Hunters are our own worst enemy.
Yeah.
Hunters ourselves will be the end of hunting.
Yeah.
You're like, greenhead hunters hate the jump shooters. Or the buck hunters hate the regular deer hunter. And it's all of it.
I shoot a deer for meat.
Yep.
You know, I have never in my life shot what you would consider a nice buck, but I have shot a lot of deer.
Yeah.
Because I go after meat. I don't care about horns. You go around my house, you will not see a deer head in my house.
You can't eat the horns.
No.
And usually, when I cut the horns off, I give them to the dogs for chew toys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Now, if I get one that's really got a really good set, you know, if I ever do, I might get it mounted. But I'm after meat. You know, I don't care to.
Yeah.
You know,
yep.
Still hunters can't stand dog drivers. You know,
and that's exactly right.
I mean, they can't stand them.
No.
You know, dog hunting's been around for hundreds of years around here. I mean, you know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, that's exactly right. Old school methods don't sell products these days.
No. Nope.
Anymore, it's about what gets you the most likes on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Yeah.
And whatever gets us the most views on here.
Yeah.
Which I'm about to publish a video this weekend that's probably going to be some clickbait, but it's just for fun.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, I got one that I've been working on for a couple of weeks now that I don't have all the B-roll for it, but it's going to be hilarious. If I get it right, it will be hilarious.
I'm working on that Real Ghost decoys test out thing he sent me the other day.
Oh, really?
Can you see this one?
Yeah.
This is one of the Eclipse series they sent me. Check this out.
Wow.
No wrinkle, no nothing. They're unbelievable. They're not dive bombs. They cost way too dang much, but that part's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he sent me 2 of each version. And 2 of them that I really like that are absolutely amazing are $260 a dozen.
Jeez.
Yeah. Where's that?
There you are. Right there. Stay.
Yeah.
Stay.
Ain't those nice?
Those are nice.
But yeah, $259 a dozen.
Yo, Mark J. Larson's in the house. What's going on, buddy?
What's up, Mark?
No way. Could not pay that much.
Yeah, I'm getting dive bombs are what, $70 to $75 a dozen.
Something like that, yeah.
I think the flock was maybe 80, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, you look at my lifetimes. I mean, they're $100 for a half a dozen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
which that's pricey for me. I love the decoy. I love them. I'd say hands down probably the best floating decoy out there, but I just can't do the price.
Well,
but you know,
I'm going for. I'm 56 years old, so I probably, God willing, the river don't rise. I probably got 15, 20 years left. I mean, that's it. And I want something that's going to last me instead of having to pick up new decoys every year.
Mm-hmm.
I want something now that's going to last me, that I can hand off to my grandson, and he'll hunt with him his life.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got rid of all my plastics.
Yeah.
Or that's why I'm getting rid of them.
And I'll be running lifetimes just because they're so much lighter to carry on that mile walk in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
And especially getting, well, I mean, no offense at all, but getting older, and like I'm breaking down myself. You got shoulder pain, back pain, especially in a military background.
Yep.
Having a lighter decoy, it's easier to toss out there. But I just ain't got the pocketbook for it right now.
But the decoys of today are made for hunters.
Yes.
If you look at the decoys we used 20 years ago,
They were made for ducks.
they look like cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The old Flambos.
Yeah.
The G&Hs haven't changed in 30 years.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you there's as many ducks killed over those as there are the new avian X's or the final approaches.
Mm-hmm.
You go
Right.
on Reelfoot Lake, they're still using painted milk jugs.
Yeah.
And 2-liter bottles and still killing a crap load of ducks on.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was doing
It's
it,
marketing.
killing
It's-
divers over milk jugs painted black and white.
Yeah.
We used to do it.
Yep.
I mean,
Goose spreads 25 years ago were tires cut in half,
Yeah.
Yep.
spread out all over the field.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was up in Ontario, I believe it was. He's up in the northern end of Ontario, and he was hunting with some Indians up there. And they would take mud and build up the mud in this little field they were hunting in, and just scoop up the mud and make piles of mud, and they shot geese over it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, they make great diver decoys.
Mm-hmm.
The only problem with the old Flambos is I hate those water keels.
I have one left in my wood duck spread. I mean, I have one flambeau left.
Decoys and camo patterns of today.
Oh yeah.
They're for hunters. They're not for ducks and geese and whatever else. It's a fashion statement anymore.
Sitka.
I'm a firm believer. I could wear this if I could get to a place that had a lot of ducks, that were new ducks coming in. I could wear this shirt and kill just as many ducks as somebody in camo.
And sit still.
It just sits still.
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
And Chris, I do wear a Sitka.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Is it worth what it costs?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. But you're in the military, send them an email, and you'll get a 40% military discount. With that 40%, it brings it down to Drake money and stuff like that.
Yeah. It'd be
At
about
that
$500
price-
for a pair of waders. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
About $500 for a pair of waders.
No, Sitkas are still
Because they're about $1,000.
they're $1,000, but you don't get the waiters aren't included on their pro discounts.
Oh, gotcha.
But with the 40% discount that I get, it makes it normal money, hunting clothes money. But they are 100% waterproof and windproof, and you layer underneath them. But I've always had a 4-in-1 Drake parka, big old bubble thing.
Mm-hmm.
I got a Sitka layout jacket, and it's thin. It ain't much thicker than a hoodie, so you're not packing that giant pillow around with you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
You can shoulder the gun better. But for what it costs, I don't know.
Listen,
There's plenty of used pages on Facebook that you can buy stuff on at a reasonable price, but I don't know. I like it.
I think Sitka makes a great product.
Mhm.
I'm just not a fan of the camo pattern.
Yeah.
I'm a natural gear guy. I like natural gear camo. If Sitka and natural gear came together, I'd probably buy it.
Yeah.
But you know, I am the camo snob. You know.
Yeah, I did see that shirt that you got was that natural camo. I did like that.
Oh, the T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've got. I love that. I got T-shirts, long sleeve, pants. I got some quarter zip, 2 quarter zip pullovers, one thin weight, one fleece. I got a fleece jacket. You know, I've got their duck hunting parka with the zip out liner. You know,
when I bought my layout jacket, I had no idea what I was getting.
Mm-hmm.
I found it on Facebook, thought it was a good deal, and I bought it. When I got the package at home, it was in a medium flat rate box from the post office, folded up and stuck inside a medium flat rate box. That will tell you how thin that thing is. I pulled that thing out. I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cooking Wild with Jake. Who's that? Hello, welcome in.
Yeah, he's talking about that link for the 50% off that Versatile was talking about.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think the thing that chased me off the fastest was just the price.
Yeah.
So
but if you go to their website, and then down at the bottom there's a link to fill out for their pro program, and put in your military stuff, and you'll automatically get 40%.
Yeah, I might have
off everything but the waders.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to swing the waders, but yeah, I'd probably try a jacket or something like that first, just to give it a try.
But yeah, I'd love to have those waders. You know, if you hunt enough, you go through a pair of waders. I go through them every other year.
Mm-hmm.
But to have a pair that's lifetime guaranteed would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I started wearing high and dry last year, and I'm going to tell you right now, that's the most comfortable pair of waders I've ever put on.
You said it's the best?
It's the most comfortable.
Most comfortable?
The high and dry.
Would you say that they're the best?
I would never say anything's the best, because once I say it, something's going to happen. And
hey, Jay needs a link again so he can jump back in.
Oh, let's see if I can go up here and copy it.
But I've got Cabela's. No, I got Rogers zip up breathables. Once you get a pair of zippered waders, you'll never go back to non-zippered.
Yeah, I had a pair of Rogers breathables with the zip out liners.
Yeah,
and I couldn't get my foot in them. The boot would actually collapse on itself when I was trying to put them on. And I mean, I would struggle every morning trying to put my waders on. I mean, I'd be out of breath. By the time I got them on, I wanted to lay down. It's just the boot. The boot would just collapse into itself. And so I bought these high and dry. Now they're not insulated whatsoever. But I just layer up. I mean, and again, I'm in South Carolina. I mean, it's just, you know, if I came out to hunt with you and you said, "Hey, Bo, we're hunting single and single digits,"
yeah,
you know, high up double, you know, low double digits. I just layer.
That's all you guys do,
and just layer in.
Yep. But I'll tell you this: when I got my zippered waders in, you know, they zip the top all the way down to the crotch. I was a nervous wreck the first time I stepped off in deep water.
I bet.
I just knew that zipper was going to leak. But I've had water all the way to the top, and that zipper never leaked anywhere.
Hey, Matt, you know what that is? You know what that is?
Looks like pizza.
It's cornbread
Oh, God.
that my brother made.
Boys, I'm going to tell y'all right now.
I'll take some. I don't live that far away. In there time.
I've eaten a lot of cornbread in my life, but his brother makes the best cornbread I've ever eaten. Ever.
Hey, September, I'll make sure he has some ready.
Oh yeah, my wife's coming too. Hopefully.
Okay.
Well, Jay, you missed the conversations for a minute. What do you think about water slide?
I like it.
You know, you see it like me personally. You see, you'll see like the guys on TV. Hey, I'm telling you what, no,
Nope.
It's we work hard for a duck.
Yep.
And if it's on the water, there's a good chance it's getting smacked.
Yep.
No,
That's what we all said too.
and like when I used to grouse hunt a lot, and they would call it ground squabbling, and the guys I hunted with, and they would be like, you can't ground squabble a grouse, which one said, no, a grouse is too hard to shoot. So if I seen one on the ground, he's getting busted.
Oh yeah.
I've only ever seen one grouse ever, and
I
was
saw
hanging
one
a
on
tree-
YouTube once.
I was hanging a tree stand in like
Yo!
August, walking through the woods, and that thing come out from underneath my feet, scared the fire out of me.
Smoking Barrels Outdoors, aka Andy. He's in the house.
I had some boys from Georgia I was training some dogs with, and they kept on. They're used to flatland, and kind of like Matt. And they said, take us grouse hunting. So they come up to get their dogs, and we went grouse hunting. I mean, we started moving grouse. I killed one. Dogs were working, and we moved like 4 or 5 grouse. So I'm fired up. And we get down to the bottom of this ridge, and I said, we still got half a place to hunt. We ain't even close to the. That guy looked at me, and he said, I'm gonna tell you right now. He said, I'm ready to go home. He said, I shot at a grouse. I held a grouse. I seen a grouse. I'm never going grouse hunting again. I'm done. And
I'm done.
it was just, and it wasn't real mountainous. It was hilly,
Oh, the heck do you say? Yeah, Mount Suribachi on one side, the Himalayas on the other. And you're walking through cow poop and 4 feet, it's 4 foot high ticks and crawling all over.
I know, like Matt, I said, if you walk down this little road and you'll come up this little hill, and it wasn't 5 minutes, he's like, up a little hill? This is fun.
Dude. He said, yeah, you just leave the house and go down the hill. I said, okay, I can do that. Then you're going to come to the woods and just step into the woods. There'll be a road to your right. Just go up the road. All right. I got about halfway up there. I was leaned up on one of the trees. My son was about 100 yards ahead of you coming? I said, I'll be there tomorrow.
Now, next year, you got to go up Turkey Mountain.
Yeah. I'm going to run it. I'm going to go up it. I just better have the helo down in that pasture.
Oh man!
Tell Jake he needs to put a zip line at the top of the top tree and run it all the way down to the bottom. Because when I get up there, I'm gonna have to get into one of them baskets and zip line back down.
Well, the good thing, it is pretty straight down, so you can roll to the bottom.
Yeah, I'll definitely roll.
And Chris, there was a guy that we did a Wounded Warrior hunt, and he was actually from Fort Campbell. That's where he come out of.
Mhm.
And so I take him up that, and he's like, dude, this is like the times I was in Afghanistan, which, I've never been there, but he was like, this is just like walking. And he was giving me grief over it. So, but there's always just a turkey on top.
Jeez. Oh. Yeah, we all agree on the water squat thing.
Chris, how tall are you?
I'm 5'5" on a good day.
On a good day. All right. I'm just going to tell you. There was a guy. We were turkey hunting. He was guiding. I didn't get a chance to hunt with him. And his name is Zach.
Mm-hmm.
And he's about that high. He's about 5 foot, about 5'5". He's about your size.
Uh-huh.
And that boy had 80 pounds worth of gear on his back. Turkey hunting gear. And was running up and down them mountains. The boy that was hunting with him, he turned around and said, man, this guy's crazy. I don't know how to. I don't. Next time you see Zach, you tell him that.
I will.
I can't remember that boy's name. The one that he was with Zach when he shot his first turkey.
That was John.
John. Okay.
John.
Yeah, he said that boy's crazy.
Yeah.
He's going up and down in mountains. I mean, it was like, and he was former Army, I believe.
Yeah.
And all he could hear in his head was the Marine Corps hymn, and all he could think about was Mount Suribachi on Iwo Jima. It just.
Oh,
I'll tell you what, that was a pretty good time, like just at the cabin of a night.
Oh yeah, it was a good time.
And everybody, that was pretty neat time. So that was probably one of the funnest ones we've done.
yeah, that live stream y'all did from the cabin was pretty good.
Yeah, we weren't even. I had no internet whatsoever there, and Cody had a little internet box. I don't know what you call them. He said, "Man, hook up to it." And I did. I said, "Let's do a live right here." And just have everybody just, come
Everybody
into, just
Jump
come on
in,
in.
jump out. Yep.
Jump in.
I enjoyed the Army and the Marine Air Force. They were all giving each other
Oh,
a pretty hard time.
I guess
Yeah,
I can't say what I want to say because we got a little one in here, but yep, giving each other stuff.
Yep.
Every year when I do that veterans hunt with Delta Waterfowl, that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
They're poking fun at each other the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Which
I can't tell you how many packs of crayons was putting on my damn table.
That's what I was getting ready to say, Chris. We kept him in crayons because we knew he was hungry. So
Gotta keep a man fed.
that's right.
I got one guy. He was a ranger, and it was Dale, I believe his name was.
Oh yeah, Dale.
Boy, he bowed up though. He did bow up one time. I looked at him. I said, "You know what a ranger is, don't you?" He said, "What?" I said, "That's a ranger ain't nothing but a Marine Corps cook." We send our cooks to ranger school, boy. And I looked at him. I just looked at him and said, "Bo, you can't. I mean, come on. We can't. We got to be able to pick on each other.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else can, but we can pick on each other."
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, that Dale that's talking about. He was like over when I guess they had the HUA program at Fort Campbell, which that's been. I think they stopped that the way I understood it, but he was the first guy we did a Wounded Warrior hunt. He got the soldiers from Fort Campbell.
Oh, okay.
But he was with the HUA program, and I guess out of that was it the Wounded Warrior Battalion. I think
They have some sort of program now. I forget what it's called. They renamed it. But they take out like one or two, and they normally keep it on post, and it's normally involves like the CG, and they do like their own like special thing for it. I forget what it's called now.
It was pretty neat. Like we would get 8-10 guys, and they would come from there, and they'd actually bus them. Like they would come as a group and like had a bus and come in, but then I know they kind of shut all that down, and it got where you couldn't do that route anymore. So.
Probably all the funding for it.
By the way, if y'all saw that video I did with that swamp ride where we were cooking, grilling hot dog and eating jalapenos, that was smoking barrels. Andy, he was the one that was grilling the sausages in that video.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying those last couple of videos of yours.
Really, the
Just
swamp
going to the
runs.
swamp. Yeah.
I haven't had anything else I could do other than those.
Yeah, we don't have any of that up here. Nothing anywhere close to that.
Yeah,
It's
I enjoy
just,
watching it.
It's just cool.
I've never been in a
I'm glad
swamp.
you like it.
Not near enough gators though.
I was kind of disappointed because I was expecting, because of the water was so low up there, and I knew I was gonna be going into some stagnant stuff. Yeah, it is. It's an amazing place. And I was going to go in. I just knew I was going to see some. And I mean, I didn't even see the first snake. It was crazy. It's like, oh well, sorry. But
And what's those white birds?
Ibis.
Ibis. That's what I was thinking.
Hey, buddy.
You say hi.
How you doing?
Say
Hey.
Hey, look at that smile.
Here's my hunting buddy.
But yeah, I'm enjoying those videos. Just relaxing cruise through the swamp.
Yeah.
It is cool looking country you got down there. It really is.
I don't know if you saw the 2 pictures, but I stuck my boat pretty dang good. I missed the trail. I missed the creek, and I stopped. And the boy that was with me, I said, I think I can make it through there. And he goes, all right. So I told everybody, I backed everybody up. I said, y'all hang tight. I got to get through here. And I hit the gas of that thing, and I center punched the cypress tree. I mean, center punched. He went forward. I went into the grab bar. I still got a bruise right here. Andy behind me and his buddy that had boat behind him, they were just laughing. You could hear them over the motor. I mean, it took both of us to shove out. I mean, I literally, when I say center punched, I mean, I put the bow in the tree. Took both of us to push it out. He goes, I heard his buddy go, looks like y'all getting wet. I said, nope. I picked up that push pole. I told my buddy Ben, I said, push the boat to the left. I'm pushing with the push pole. And all we did was move it 6 inches. I hit the motor, boom, right out through it.
How deep is that? What's your average depth run to that swamp like that?
Where I got stuck was about 6 inches.
Okay, everywhere else but where you got stuck.
If you're in the creeks, I mean, you can average this time of year with the water level we have, you're averaging 2 foot. We broke out into a really nice flat. We put the push pole down and we had 2.5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Now that one video you made when you jumped out of the boat.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was a little deeper than 2 foot, wasn't it?
That was when we had high water. That's when I lost my camera.
Yeah, that came over your
My
way.
camera in my top pocket, and it got wet.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't seen that one.
Oh, that
Hey,
was
now we got the boss down here now. Are you the boss?
Yeah,
Hey, buddy,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
nothing much.
No.
What's your favorite duck to hunt?
Hooded McGanser.
Hey, there you go.
There we go.
Hey, we don't know. We know he likes water swat. He done told us that.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
11.
11.
Yeah.
What shotgun you shooting?
I used to shot, I was shooting a 20 gauge. Now I'm going to switch over to a 12 gauge.
Mm. Maybe
Yeah.
not.
Because my
There you
20
go.
gauge the brand it's from is trash. No, it's not that good of a gun.
Yeah. Hey, you're probably about as big as Chris is now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not that big.
Chris, I ain't trying to make fun of you too much, but after you told me how tall you were, I understand you paddling in the sled in your video.
yeah.
Yep, dragging a sled, paddling with the sled. Anything I do, it's pretty hard. 5'5", 135 pounds on a good day.
Good Lord, I got a leg that weighs that much.
We
I
make
think
it work.
last time I weighed 135 pounds, I was 16.
I think I was about
I'm 30.
when I weighed that much. But yeah. Now I've got a 17-year-old that's 6'4", 240, so he does all the heavy lifting now.
Yeah, my son's the same way.
That's why I
I'm
go
5'8".
I'm gonna make sure that he kind of takes a little bit more of the weight because he's a big boy.
I am 5'8", and I'm about 5'8" around. So
I think I'm like 5'1" or 5'2".
There you go.
yeah, but you're no bigger in a minute.
I'm between 5'10" and 6'2", depending on which gas station I'm leaving. I'm right around 6 foot.
Oh Lord!
But yeah, that swamp's cool.
Yeah. You need to stick up with those videos. Like I would, honestly, I would. Do you record the entire time from the time that you let out?
The time I leave, yeah. I have a GoPro going on from the time I leave, and that day on that trip, the guy that was with me, I just told him, I said, listen, get 10 or 15 seconds of something that you find interesting, so I can get some B-roll together and put something together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you still using that little blue camcorder, or are you using that one from Amazon? Yeah, that one.
The one from Amazon, I'm gonna need some help with it. If somebody knows, but I keep getting a video with it. When I look at the video in the camera, it looks great. But when I take the SD card out, I get an error that says it's a codec error. I've downloaded VLC to convert it, but I'm still not. The video is all messed up.
My GoPro was doing that. Like I couldn't get it to. Most of the time I can take the card out and put it in. I got a Hero 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
So what I have to do now, and it might just be that card. I haven't checked it because I've been just deleting whenever I'm done. But I actually connected it to the computer. Works fine. But if I take the card out and put it in it just says cannot read it. I don't know.
I can do it either way, and I get a codec error message. Hey, Austin.
Have you formatted your cards?
Do what?
Have you formatted your card? Like once you put it in, format it?
I formatted it to the camera, and it just, I don't know what's going on. I saw a YouTube video the other day, and I can't remember how the girl did it, but I'm going to try to, I saved it under my favorites. I'm going to go back and look at it and see if I can't get it the way she says do it, and see if that works. But it's really a pain because that little camera, it doesn't have a good zoom on it. But I didn't buy it for the zoom. I bought it to do, my vlogs, the vlogging style when I'm at the house or, doing something up close. That's why I got it. So if I'm in the shed doing a video in the shed or here in the office, I can, use it and maybe get some close-up stuff while I'm hunting, just a little bit, but then use the purple camera, if I got ducks out in the distance, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Austin's my cameraman. He's the one that volunteered to follow me around this year.
Well, maybe Austin can help me while I'm getting a codec. He can fix it.
Oh.
Hey,
Yeah,
JV. Go ahead. Sorry.
He's got that Canon camera.
That M50.
I don't know what it is, but it's what his dad used to video for Red Leaf Outdoors with.
Because
it's gonna be nice.
I want that Canon M50. That's what I want.
Austin, what is that camera you got? Do you remember what it is? I know it's a Canon, but I can't remember what the heck it was.
I got an SL3 Canon. That's what I shoot with my big camera. G20.
G20.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad one.
I've got to get a camera. Yeah. Yep. That sounds right. Yeah, that thing takes killer video. His dad videoed our youth hunt a couple years ago. But yeah, it's
I mean,
pretty nice having.
I got 2 GoPros. I got a GoPro 3 Plus. I got a GoPro 7 Black, and I got 2 off-brand, action cameras that work fine. I mean, they actually work really good, and I will set them around, and I got this blind bag. This is nothing but camera stuff.
Yep.
And I carry extra batteries in it, and when I need to, I just go and change them out.
Yep.
Change the batteries out. But then I have my other camera on a tripod right beside me, and then I wear a camera on my head. And
Yep. Yeah, I got Hero 8 and a 9.
Yeah.
They
I think
go
I
through
got a
that.
7. It's either a 7 or 8, one or the other. And then I
When
got
it
the Canon
when it gets cold,
SL3.
when it gets cold, it would go through batteries quick.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I got like maybe 5 or 8 batteries for it now.
Yeah.
And I keep them in my breast pocket, so that way it keeps them warm. But I don't mind dropping other YouTube channels. But old FDH, if you know who he is,
Yep.
I plan on this season doing something kind of like what he does, where he sets out like a camera out with the decoys itself, and facing it in the direction of where they typically come from, just to give a different perspective on that.
I did that last year. I actually set up. I had my decoys out. I had a camera in a tree in front of me, shooting towards me, and between the decoys would be, I'll be between the decoys. So it was shooting from that angle. Then I had another one shooting from another angle. Then I have one in a tree right beside me, and then I have my one on my head, and I got some very interesting angles. The only problem is I didn't see the first duck that day.
Yeah.
I didn't even see not even one. Didn't even hear one,
But you had everything covered if they did show up.
If they showed up, I had it covered,
Hey, JV had a camera down here, and it was like it wasn't a GoPro. It was something cheap. He said he gave $125, but it was like a GoPro. And I tell you what, that thing did he dunked it in the water and everything. For $100, I mean, it looked like it did great. He said he loved it for $125. That's
Yeah, cameras cost you.
MC Outdoors, you're 100% correct.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, dove hunting last year, opening day. I had the best dove hunting day I've ever had. And got home, got ready to start going through the video, and that GoPro was sticking straight up.
Yeah.
All morning.
I hate that. I had an awesome wood duck hunt like that. So I looked out and you couldn't see nothing.
I went like 15 for 18 on doves. I was like, this is going to be a good video.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've done it.
Yeah.
I was hunting with some boys I just met that morning in a dove field, and we decided to hunt together. We got to talking, so we just decided to hunt together. We're all sitting there. I'm shooting my little 20 gauge, had my GoPro on, and they never said a word to me about it. And I shot 15 out of, I don't know, maybe like you, maybe 18 shells. It was absolutely great morning. One of my best days I've had, in a dove field, to be a public dove field at that. And every bit of my video, my GoPro was pointed right here. All you could see was the bill of my hat.
Oh. It never fails on the good ones.
Yeah.
I go 15 for 18 in a dove field, and I don't get good video. I'm still going to make a video of me going, I went 15 for 18. I'm going to.
Yeah. I wish I had video for you, but I'll show you the video anyway. Here it is.
Instead of the
Oh, no,
catch
I still
being
have.
cooked, it's more of a
Sorry, I don't have video, but I went 15 for 18. I think the world should know.
Yeah. I'll probably never do that again. Had the conservation agent walk through and he stopped me and checked the gun. He said, man, he said, you're having a heck of a morning. I said, yes, sir, I am. He checked my stuff and goes, look, I'm gonna let you get back to it.
Yep.
Why didn't you tell me my camera was pointed at the sky?
Opening day of dove season last year, I think he went 15 for what, 250?
Yeah.
That's my average. That's usually my average.
Listen, last year, a matter of fact, I think I got it on video. I got it on video, but I shot one summer duck that morning, and he was screaming across the trees. I threw the gun up. I let him out. Wow! When I did, my beard was over here, and I mounted the butt of the shotgun on it. And when I pulled the trigger, it jerked my head, slapped back off, almost jerked the slap off. I somehow still killed the duck, but you can hear me saying, I about jerked my stinking head off of my beard. I mean, you can hear me on the video. I left it. I left the whole thing.
yeah.
I was like,
that hurts. I've done it. That hurts.
it hurts. And it's not so much right here that it's that hair right here on the neck. Yep.
That's sensitive stuff.
Yep. So
Hey, going back to
this year, I'm going to be hunting like this. And then when I go to video something, I'll just.
There you go. Oh.
Yeah, going back to the water swatting, I think I watched the video you had that where y'all said ducks have been tough to come by, and then y'all smacked some.
Yeah.
When I seen that, I'm like, that's my man right there.
That's my man.
Yeah. Me and him, I like him.
I said, Garrett and I haven't killed any ducks in like such and such hunts. I said, we're gonna do some water swat. If you don't like it, turn off.
That's right.
Hey, when they swam in there like that, like they did that morning, we just dropped the hammer on them.
MC Outdoors, I am using a Sony Handycam. I kid you not. This is what I use for my main camera right now. I just haven't been able to. I'm trying to do the same thing as upgrade.
I wouldn't consider. I heard the. All right, so I wouldn't consider an upgrade from a Nikon DSLR to a GoPro would be an upgrade. Because
he wants to upgrade his main camera.
If he's trying to upgrade his main camera, yeah, either Nikon or DSLR. So I used to sell cameras back before the Army. I worked for like a small camera shop. It was like a mom and pop shop. We used to develop film and do a whole bunch of other stuff. Anyway, so normally whatever I would tell the customers whenever they came in, and it's not a sales pitch, is like no crap, like this is what you need to do, is you have to go and hold it in your hand and see what's most comfortable to you. Because a Canon and a Nikon are going to feel completely different. And then so far as the settings. So if you look at like the way that the Canon settings look compared to the Nikon, and just look at the difference, you may, lean one way or the other. So far as prices, they're going to be somewhat reasonable, I should say comparable. And then lens structure and all that sort of stuff. It's all the same glass. So really getting a better quality, it's all about the same. Unless if you get into like the couple $1,000 stuff where you're comparing like Sony, they got like their really expensive brand out there. That's going to run circles around everything else. But if you're looking at Nikon, I would definitely look at Canon as well.
Okay, Chris. All right, so the Versatile Hunter says you need to grow a duck mustache or duck stash. You say that your wife would kill you
Yep.
I'm going to give you a little help on this, a little help with this. And if you don't do it this duck season, you don't have a hair on your butt. Duck Commander face paint and draw a stash and draw it really good to where it kind of handlebars up.
You know what? I'll take you up on it. I'll do it. I don't care. I'll even go without the face mask because I normally wear a face mask.
Just kind of draw it out before you leave to where it comes down and it just kind of curls up like this. And when you video, you know, Duck Stash 101, kind of name it. So,
well, let me point out, he's in the Army too. So
is he?
He's got to as well.
There you go.
Hey, that works.
I see Austin's got a question there.
Yep.
And my answer is, if you're hunting with me and you hear boom from me, it's time for you to start shooting.
I usually try to wait to let that first group get down and get the group after them. That way you got the birds that are coming in to shoot, and those ones getting up are slow.
Yeah.
Where I live, you better shoot them when the first group gets in. You better get them and get them quick. Too much is going to happen. They see something, they lift off. Somebody else shoots somewhere down the swamp. A boat motor, a guy come through your decoys fishing. So you get ducks in. Where I live in South Carolina, you best get on them quick. Now, if I had new ducks coming in every day, new flights, new birds, then I would probably do it. And I used to do that with what Neil's saying when I hunted Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas every year. That's what we did. But now, and when I was growing up, we did the same thing because we had the ducks. But now, no, you shoot them quick. Get them, shoot them, get it over with.
Yep.
Yeah, like if he's with me, which he is most of the time, you got to shoot the first group because he's dancing around ready to shoot, and they're starting to see. He's like, let's shoot. Come on. So, but now I think he's going to be a goose guy because we'll have ducks. We had ducks working. I mean, they were getting ready to drop in, and he goes, "Dad, I hear geese."
That's right.
I'm like, son, I'm getting
That's
ready to
my
throw you
man
in the
right
water.
Hey, Josh, when I come down there this September to shoot summer ducks and teal, this September, you start dancing around, I'm gonna put your head in the mud. I will put your head in the mud.
Yeah, he's pretty good at jump shooting.
That's good. But yeah, goose hunting here, if we get the first group on the ground, that's just more decoys out there. Pull the rest of the birds in.
Yeah. We just
If we
can't do it here.
Yeah.
It just can't happen.
The Merg Man, because he is death on the mergansers. So, and they give him a hard time. But
He said that's what his favorite duck was.
yeah, he just seems like he's a merganser magnet. So.
Hey, this next season, if he shoots a really pretty one, just send it to me and I'll try to mount it.
He's got one right now in the freezer. It's gorgeous.
How long has it been in the freezer for?
Since about January.
Okay, it's not all busted up because I
think I put it in the pantyhose. I think that's the way I done it.
Okay,
and wrapped it and bagged it. So
if you planned on sending it to a taxidermy, I don't want to take y'all's plan away, but I just got into it, so I'll definitely give it a shot. If you want to send it to me, I'll do it for free. Oh
yeah, that would be easier than trying to get that by the wife. So
yeah,
the mom.
I'll give it a shot because they got a little bit tougher skin, so it's a little bit easier to flush them out.
Yeah,
they taste really good too.
Yeah?
Yeah, no.
I've never eaten one. I wouldn't even try.
Versatile hunter. Is he in the same unit you're in, or same y'all?
So he's stationed up there in Maryland, Aberdeen.
Okay.
So I met him right before, probably a couple months right before I was leaving Maryland to come out here. So he got stationed up there.
Okay. Because he asked, y'all got any big hunts planned? I'm going to Kentucky to hunt with Jay Bicknell, the Bicknell bunch right here. My other hunt in North Carolina, I may still go to North Carolina. I'm gonna do my dangdest. I got to be careful to get to Missouri, the hunt with a bald, red-bearded guy. But that's that's it. I'm gonna be hunting South Carolina mostly. The North Carolina stuff I had the lease fell through, so I don't know what's gonna happen now.
We're going to Kansas, going to Iowa, hunt up around Mound City with 2 different outfitters. And I'm hoping the guy gets back with me about going to New York or New Jersey after Brant. I want to hunt Brant bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to do that too.
I like to call it challenge, not bald. That's what I like to call it. Okay, you offended me.
Mine quit growing here, so just started growing here.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still trying to decide if Neil's wearing a duck with a headdress feather on it, or that's a T-shirt.
The T-shirt.
Looks like a tie.
That's Chief Marbelly.
Oh, okay, I got you. Oh, it's a spec. All right.
Nope.
Yep. One of their dive bomb shirts. Austin, I ain't seen hardly any geese flying. Black ducks would be nice.
Nothing wrong with the
I
black
may,
duck.
Andy, get with me. I may have a contact up there. I'm working on something.
And Austin, I know all the geese have all got all their wing feathers back, so they should be, they're done molting. So they probably are flying around. But no, I haven't seen any lately.
Yeah, I need to start my scouting. I'm probably going to go up there to LBL. That's why I have my sights on. So see what I can find.
I just got to get out to the lake and start tracking down the black bands we put on.
The black bands.
The black band.
The black bands. Yeah, you can't cross a city pond in this state without seeing geese on it.
No, that's the way it is around here. Our city lake's got 75 or 80 on it every summer.
Yep.
Y'all got many cormorants out there in Missouri?
Yes. Nasty boogers. Our lake is covered in them.
I almost caught one in Maryland.
You're not allowed to shoot them, right?
No.
You're not?
Some states are opening seasons on them.
I know, like here, where we were in Cave Run Lake, and there was 2 young boys down from us, and I see them shoot, and I'm like, I think that was a cormorant. So I walked up to the truck to get something, and I come back, and my buddy that was with me, he sends my dog, and it's coming back. And they're like, what kind of duck is that? And I'm like, that's a mud duck. And they're like, a mud duck? I said, you go stomp that thing in the mud before the game warden gets here. You're going to be in trouble. And they're like, no, it's a merganser. I was like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
And I was like, you're going to get in trouble. And I mean, they were young, and I was like,
Yeah.
you know, you need to do something with it. And they held it for a little while. I watched them, and they finally
They stink. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
We had a conservation season on them several years back, and we laid them to waste. I mean, we were putting 200, 250 in a boat a day.
Oh,
And it would be
do that up here.
there'll be 100 boats out there doing the same thing.
That'd be fun.
And get up on plane, run right into them, shut down, and just 3 or 4 people. You have 2 guys laying on the bow of the boat, and 2 guys in a kneeling position, and 2 guys in the standing position. And the guys run the boat and just nobody stand up. You just hold your own, and I mean, it's unload right in amongst them.
Should be able to hook up like 2 punt guns and just have them going out.
Hey, I got a question for y'all. Will you shoot a coot?
Yeah.
Will I shoot a coot?
A coot? Yeah, we shoot a coot.
Yeah. If it's a slow day, I'll shoot a coot. Usually, no.
Yeah, it's always like they're coming and they're like, you shoot it. I'm like, no, you shoot it. But I did eat one time and they wasn't that bad. I didn't think they tasted that bad, but
we usually I'll tell you what you can. The same thing with I did a video on this one. Purple Gallinoo or marsh hens, or I call them swamp chickens. You can cook them if you do like a perlo, like a chicken bog or a chicken and rice kind of deal with some sausage in it. You can actually cook them and they're not bad. And I've done the same thing with coots.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a friend of mine. He's left. He went back to Louisiana, but he lived here for a while. And he'd always tell me, go shoot all the coots and bring them to me. And he'd pull the gizzards out and make a stew out of it.
Huh.
And it was actually pretty good. I think Gray's having technical issues.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, my man Austin was in a heck of a car wreck the other day. So I'm glad he's be able to video for me too. I'll get you out there shooting if you're able to. Don't worry. I ain't gonna make you run the camera all the time.
well, we might have to start wrapping this thing up. I got my wife bugging me now. I tried to push this thing off as long as I could.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's been a good night, fellas.
Oh yeah, had a good time.
yeah, definitely.
Who's got next Wednesday?
It has to be Jay.
Jay?
Wherever he went.
He's not here. We can vote him in.
Wait. I guess we gotta wait till he gets back.
Yep.
Take care, Versatile.
Yep.
He's a good dude. He's got some
You
good
got a channel?
videos.
Does he have a channel?
Yep. Yeah, he just cracked a 100.
Later on. Holler at me later on.
So
You there, Jay?
yeah, I appreciate all y'all that tuned in. We'll see y'all next week.
Jay, you taking next week?
I'll let you know.
Okay.
See what's going on, and I should be able to.
All right.
All right.
Appreciate it, guys. It was a good night.
Yeah.
Well, if something happens to Jay and he can't, I'll take it. If he can't do it.
I'll get up with you, man.
Okay, bud.
All right, let's go let some dogs out.
There you go. That's what they got to do.
See y'all later.
All right.
Later, guys.
All right. Appreciate it. Enjoy it, guys.
Yep. Y'all have a good one.
All right.
Take care.
Y'all have fun.
Yep.